So in the final minutes, I would like to address the question that they bring up about limited regulation and how apparently all these private organizations are a free-for-all that can do whatever they want and explode people in space. That's just not true. So there's not no regulations. That's crazy. They're just different than what NASA would be because they're not a government organization. So according to the Harvard Business Review, these private space companies fall under a tech company and still have a huge tangle and array of complex laws and regulations that they still have to follow. It's not just a free-for-all. And according to Futurism, which is an online magazine that documents what's going on in the science fields right now, they say that we're starting to see advances made by private entities that are more significant than any advances that have been made by the government. So, and this is because the private sector doesn't need to adhere to the exact same rules as the government sector, which hold them back greatly. All the red tape that we talked about before, it's mostly just needless paperwork and things that are in the way, they just impede all of our innovation. So that's why the private organizations are making all these leaps and bounds over the government. And also, they're saying that they're not making humanitarian benefits, or they're not being humanitarian and making gains in the ways of helping people, and they're just trying to be self-serving. But like I said before, I have a stack of note cards about all the things they're doing. If you look up what they've done in the last few months, you'll see all of the crazy things like I had listed before. I don't want to waste time, but about what SpaceX is doing, what Virgin Galactic is doing, all the other private entities are making leaps and bounds for the human race. They're not doing it just for themselves. So NASA can take forever to make the safest rocket ever, which we don't even know will be the safest rocket, but if Earth is destroyed and all of humanity is wiped out because we're limited to one single planet, then none of that will even matter. So before we worry about who will govern Mars, how we'll deal with violence, which are very valid claims, how about we just work on getting there first? In not our lifetime, because that's not realistic, and Elon Musk even says himself he knows that he won't get there in his lifetime. What they're saying for the 2020 mission, which is the correct year that Elon Musk has given, they're not saying we're just going to do like a coming over on the Mayflower situation where we don't know what's there, we don't know, we're going to have to fend for ourselves and go to the unknown and be unsafe. Their first goal isn't just to send people right away. That's very unrealistic, and that's actually incorrect. They're sending robots, first of all, no, not people. These rockets are fully self-automated. There's no people in there. And this is from the SpaceX website, to confirm water resources and identify hazards. So we're sending people, or we're not sending people, we're sending these robots to see what these hazards are going to be, because we don't know what's underground in Mars, so we have to find out. And these discoveries will be hugely groundbreaking for everyone. So to close out, I would like to use a quote from the Virgin Galactic website that says, "Sending people to space has taught us amazing things about human ingenuity." So either way you look at it, exploring space is hugely important. It's a thing that is very significant in our society. But just because it's hard doesn't mean we shouldn't try certain things. And if you want to do these things faster, more efficiently, in a more cost-effective manner, and in a more environmentally cautious way, we have to turn to the private sector. Thank you.